Oh, sure. Hi. I'm Julie Bender. I'm a retired middle school teacher for 38 years. And my question, you have validated so many of the questions I had because I saw so many students in the last, say, 10 years that haven't been able to make it. They're hardworking. They studied hard. They were conscientious. They came from families that really supported them, and they're living with their families, and they haven't been able to get ahead. And so my question is, how do you have plans for empowering 20 to 40-year-olds in politics?
Yeah, great question. And can we all thank her for being a middle school teacher her whole life? Oh my gosh. I don't know about you, but you couldn't pay me to go back to middle school right now. I would rather go back to Washington and spend every day there than go back to middle school. Okay, so this is why I think the economic issue is the issue of our time, because it unites, middle-aged folks who are looking at their savings being eaten up with that 21-year-old college graduate who is saying, hey, I did what I was supposed to do, but I can't even afford to rent an apartment and live on my own, right? It's the uniting issue among generations and even among different kind of economic classes of people in this country. And I think the thing that I feel very passionate about is there are policies that we can push, including from Washington, that would help reset on some of the things that have gotten out of control. So for instance, look, Michigan is a place where we have a lot of family companies, long-standing companies. But if you are a major corporation and you do not pay your employees a living wage such that they have to be on food stamps or Medicaid, you should not qualify for a single tax incentive. Not a single one, right? I mean, why do I have to pay twice? That would mean literally I'm subsidizing their employees to get health care and to get food, and then I'm giving them a tax benefit that comes from taxpayer dollars. That's double dipping. I'm not going to do that, right? So there's things like that, but there's also, I think, a way. I was, like I said, my age, 49. I was raised on the American dream. I think many of us, we really internalized it. I think of it as almost a birthright to being an American. That's what we invented, this place you could be anyone, and you didn't have to be an aristocracy, a king or a queen. And I think we need, the youngest generation they didn't get raised on it that way, and they don't believe it anymore. And it is gut-wrenching. So this is why we need to bring more of them into elected politics and into the conversation. And let's be honest, even here tonight, right? It is a very hard thing to bring our young people into the conversation because they're disillusioned. They feel left out. They feel like these people don't represent me. And to me, the way that you attract that different generation is by bringing some of those young people into elected office. I mean, I can do so much, but the power that someone like Chokwe has of getting on stage, or Joey, wherever Joey went, and Joey Andrews, right? Like the power that they have for the young people to say like, oh, it's not just old fuddy-duddies who are in elected office. They're dynamic, interesting people who look like me, sound like me, come from places like me. So recruitment of candidates, if you know a young person who's pissed and mad and engaged, you should be asking them year after year to run for office. I know it's hard, but ask them and get them engaged. Okay, Peter.